18 injured, 4 killed in Chicago last night. Where is the outrage? Have you seen or heard any statements from Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, Obama, Jasmine Crockett, Umar Johnson, ignorant rappers, or any of these so-called leaders? Because I haven't, and I doubt they will, because they're all more concerned with pointing the finger at everything and everyone else rather than sweeping outside of their own front door. Take a look at this news clip of what happened in Brandon Johnson's city last night. The same man who wanted to steer funds from Cook County Police to social services during the height of a movement to defund police.
Hey there, ladies. Good morning to you. I have information coming in by the minute from a city source. That city source confirms to me that 3 shooters pulled up in a black SUV and opened fire as people were leaving an album release party, as many of them were pouring out of this lounge. Take a look behind me right now. This morning, 5 hours after the shooting, you can still see police here at the scene as firefighters just finished cleaning up the scene. It was a lot of debris that was left outside here from when a lot of people scattered overnight. Now I want you to take a look at the video into our newsroom overnight. You could see Chicago Avenue blocked with crime scene tape and police. All of this happening just before midnight at Artist Lounge on Chicago Avenue. A city source at the scene tells us this was an album listening party for a female Chicago rapper known as Mellow Bucks. Witnesses tell us as people were leaving the lounge, a black SUV with multiple shooters inside pulled up and opened fire. 18 people in total were shot, and we're told most of them are women. You could see some of those injured being wheeled around by medics. Many of them were taken to various hospitals. We now know 4 of them have died. 2 died at Northwestern, 2 others died at Stroger Hospital. The condition of the rapper who was hosting the party is unknown at this time, and this scene is very chaotic with a lot of victims and several officers who are trying to process the scene as EMTs tend to nearly 2 dozen who were shot.
It's pure hatred. Hatred for one another and themselves. You know what's really interesting to me is that there is always an MLK Boulevard or a MLK Drive and a church on every single corner in these neighborhoods that are predominantly occupied by Black people. Yet there is no sign of God. There's no sign of any biblical principles or Martin Luther King Jr.'s teachings. Not a pastor in sight. They are too busy passing around the collection plate to actually go out into the community and do some real work. These neighborhoods are filled with some of the most violent and hateful people. Rap music is one of the tools that is being used to further pollute the minds of young people. There is nothing positive or motivating about rap music. All they ever talk about is glorifying money, living the fast life, violence, theft, cars, jewelry, adultery, fornication, lies, degrading women, lust, hate for authority, hate for each other, hate for themselves. And then certain people are always calling for stricter gun laws. But don't you realize the people that are committing these acts of violence don't care about the law in the first place? This is not about the law. This is about the person that is behind the weapon and having a savage mentality. Weapons are just being used as a tool. Human beings are the ones that decide to pick it up with the intent to do harm to someone or something. This is 100% a cultural problem. The community and its leaders must address the culture of violence and death that has been created. But that would absolutely take being held personally accountable and accepting judgment along with correction. 2 things that they absolutely despise the most. It's much easier to blame oppression, turn a blind eye, and keep carrying on with life as if none of this is happening. Parents should not allow their children, especially teenagers, to listen to rap music or even know who these rappers are. It should be forbidden in your household. But you're letting your kids listen to music that supports this behavior. As a parent, sometimes you have to say no. No, you can't go there. No, you can't do that. I'm not your friend. I'm your mother or I'm your father, and it's my job to protect you and guide you. The sad part is if anyone knows who the person or people are who did this, the culture tells you that you can't snitch. Another silly barrier that these people put up in the community so that it makes it harder and harder for justice to be served. I could go on and on about these things, but I won't. I'm just going to end it right there. I feel bad for the family of the victims. This is just really sad. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in my next video.